What happens if you pour cinnamon water into your aloe vera plant? It sounds like something straight out of a kitchen experiment gone wrong, doesn't it? You might be thinking that spices belong in your curry, not in your potting soil. But what if I told you that this simple, aromatic mixture could be the secret weapon your struggling succulent has been waiting for? Stick around because the results are not just surprising, they are transformative. Before we dive into the science and the steps, do me a quick favor. If you love practical gardening tips that actually work and save you money, hit that subscribe button. It helps us keep bringing you these deep dive guides, and I promise, you won't want to miss what we have coming up next. Now, let's talk about what is actually in that jar of cinnamon sitting in your pantry. When we talk about cinnamon water, we aren't just talking about flavored water. We are talking about a potent biological extract. Cinnamon comes from the inner bark of several tree species from the genus Cinnamomum. The most common types you find in stores are Ceylon cinnamon, often called true cinnamon, and cassia cinnamon, which is more common and slightly stronger. For gardening purposes, both work, but understanding their chemical makeup is key to knowing why they help your plants. The star of the show here is a compound called cinnamaldehyde. This is an organic compound that gives cinnamon its distinct smell and taste, but biologically, it acts as a powerful natural fungicide and antibacterial agent. When you steep cinnamon sticks or powder in water, you are extracting the cinnamaldehyde along with other essential oils like eugenol and linalool. These compounds disrupt the cell membranes of harmful fungi and bacteria. Think of them as microscopic shields that prevent rot-causing organisms from establishing themselves in your soil. But cinnamon is not just about fighting off bad guys, it also contains trace minerals that are vital for plant health. Cinnamon bark is naturally rich in calcium, magnesium, and potassium. While the concentration in a simple water infusion is lower than in a commercial fertilizer, it is in a highly bioavailable form. Calcium is crucial for cell wall structure, helping the plant stand tall and resist physical stress. Magnesium is the central atom in the chlorophyll molecule, meaning it is directly responsible for the green color of your leaves and the plant's ability to photosynthesize sunlight into energy. Potassium regulates water uptake and enzyme activation, which is critical for succulents like aloe vera that store water in their tissues. Furthermore, cinnamon contains tannins. Tannins are polyphenolic compounds that can slightly acidify the soil. Many gardeners do not realize that while aloe vera is tough, it prefers a neutral to slightly acidic pH range. Over time, tap water can make soil too alkaline due to dissolved minerals like lime. The mild acidity from the tannins in cinnamon water can help buffer the soil pH, keeping it in that sweet spot where nutrient uptake is most efficient. It is also worth noting that cinnamon has mild anti-inflammatory properties for plants. Just as it soothes human tissue, it can help seal minor wounds on plant stems or roots. When you cut a leaf, or if a root gets nicked during repotting, applying cinnamon water can act as a natural callus former, speeding up the healing process and preventing infection at the wound site. So, when you look at cinnamon water, do not just see a spice, see a complex cocktail of antifungal agents, trace minerals, pH buffers, and healing compounds. It is a multi-tool in liquid form. Now that we know what is in the liquid, let's look at who is drinking it. The aloe vera. Aloe vera is a succulent, and succulents have a very specific set of nutritional needs that differ vastly from your typical houseplants like ferns or pothos. To understand why cinnamon water works so well for aloe, we have to look at what aloe craves and what it fears. First and foremost, aloe vera needs excellent drainage and aeration. Its roots are designed to breathe. They are shallow and spread out horizontally rather than digging deep. Because of this root structure, aloe is incredibly sensitive to overwatering and soil compaction. The number one killer of aloe vera is root rot, caused by fungi like Pythium or Fusarium that thrive in wet, stagnant soil. This is where the connection to cinnamon becomes obvious. Aloe does not need heavy feeding. In fact, too much nitrogen, a common component in general-purpose fertilizers, can cause aloe to grow too fast, resulting in weak, leggy leaves that collapse under their own weight. Aloe needs slow, steady nutrition. Aloe vera requires moderate levels of phosphorus and potassium. Phosphorus supports root development and overall plant vigor, while potassium, as mentioned earlier, helps with water regulation and disease resistance. Aloe also needs calcium to maintain the structural integrity of its thick, gel-filled leaves. If an aloe lacks calcium, the leaves may become soft, mushy, or prone to cracking. The trace amounts of these minerals found in cinnamon water provide a gentle supplement that aligns perfectly with the aloe's low-demand lifestyle. It is not a heavy meal, it is a light, nutritious snack. Moreover, aloe vera benefits immensely from a stable soil environment. It does not like sudden shocks in pH or moisture levels. The buffering capacity of the tannins in cinnamon helps maintain that stability. But perhaps the most critical need of the aloe vera is protection from pathogens. Because aloe stores so much water in its leaves, it is a juicy target for bacteria and fungi if the outer skin is breached or if the roots sit in damp soil. The antifungal properties of cinnamaldehyde directly address this vulnerability. By pouring cinnamon water into the soil, you are essentially creating a protective barrier around the root zone, suppressing the very organisms that cause the root rot that kills most aloe plants. So, when we combine the composition of cinnamon water with the needs of the aloe vera, we see a perfect match. The aloe needs fungal protection. Cinnamon provides cinnamaldehyde. The aloe needs trace minerals without heavy nitrogen. Cinnamon provides calcium, magnesium, and potassium in mild doses. The aloe needs pH stability. Cinnamon provides tannins. It is not a coincidence, it is biological synergy. You are giving the plant exactly what it needs to defend itself and thrive, without overwhelming it with chemicals it cannot process. However, we must address the elephant in the room. While cinnamon water is beneficial, it is not magic, and it is not harmless if misused. There are real benefits, but there are also serious risks if you get the application wrong. The primary benefit of using cinnamon water correctly is disease prevention and root health promotion. Regular diluted applications can significantly reduce the incidence of damping off disease in seedlings and root rot in mature plants. It can also help heal minor root damage after repotting. Many growers report that their aloe vera plants develop thicker, more vibrant leaves and show increased resilience to environmental stress when treated with this method. It is a natural, organic way to boost plant immunity without introducing synthetic chemicals into your home or garden. But here is the warning. Cinnamon is a strong substance. Pure cinnamon oil or undiluted cinnamon powder applied directly to wet soil can be phytotoxic. This means it can poison the plant. If you use too much cinnamon, you risk creating a hydrophobic layer on the soil surface. Cinnamon powder is fine and can clump together when wet, forming a crust that repels water. This prevents water from reaching the roots, effectively drought-stressing your plant even if you are watering it regularly. Furthermore, high concentrations of cinnamaldehyde can damage the delicate root hairs of the aloe. Root hairs are responsible for absorbing water and nutrients. If they are burned by strong spices, the plant will struggle to drink, leading to wilting and yellowing. There is also the risk of altering the soil microbiome too drastically. While we want to suppress harmful fungi, we do not want to sterilize the soil completely. Beneficial microbes live in the soil and help break down organic matter for the plant. Overusing cinnamon can kill these good guys along with the bad, leaving the soil lifeless and unable to support long-term plant health. Additionally, cinnamon can attract certain pests if left on the surface, or conversely, repel beneficial insects if used outdoors. The key is balance. Used incorrectly, too strong, too often, or on dry soil, it can harm or even kill your aloe vera. Respect the potency of the spice and always prioritize dilution. So, how do we apply this safely and effectively? Follow these steps precisely to ensure you get the benefits without the risks. Step 1. Preparation of the cinnamon water. You will need either cinnamon sticks or organic cinnamon powder. Sticks are generally preferred because they are easier to filter and less likely to leave residue. Take 2 to 3 cinnamon sticks and place them in a heat-proof jar or pitcher. Pour 1 liter, about 4 cups, of boiling water over the sticks. Let this steep for at least 24 hours. The longer it steeps, the stronger the extraction, but 24 hours is the sweet spot. If you are using powder, use 1 teaspoon per liter of hot water, stir well, and let it sit for 24 hours. After steeping, strain the liquid through a fine mesh sieve or cheesecloth. It is crucial to remove all solid particles. You want clear amber-colored water, not a slurry. Any leftover powder can clog soil pores. Step 2. Dilution. This is the most important step. Do not use the concentrated steep directly. Take your strained cinnamon water and dilute it with fresh, room temperature water. A safe ratio is 1 part cinnamon water to 3 parts fresh water. For example, mix 1 cup of cinnamon tea with 3 cups of plain water. This reduces the concentration of cinnamaldehyde to a level that is therapeutic rather than toxic. Step 3. Soil moisture check. Before applying, check your aloe vera soil. The soil should be completely dry. Never apply cinnamon water to soggy soil. Insert your finger about 2 inches into the soil. If it feels damp, wait. Applying any liquid to wet soil increases the risk of rot, regardless of whether it is cinnamon water or plain water. Step 4. Application. Take your diluted cinnamon water and slowly pour it onto the soil around the base of the plant. Avoid pouring it directly onto the leaves or the center rosette of the aloe. Water sitting in the crown of an aloe vera can cause the heart of the plant to rot, which is fatal. Aim for the soil line, distributing the water evenly around the pot. Use enough to moisten the top layer of soil, but do not flood the pot. For a standard 6-inch pot, about half a cup to 1 cup of the diluted mixture is sufficient. Step 5. Cleanup. If any drops splash onto the leaves, wipe them off gently with a dry cloth. This prevents potential sunburn spots or residue buildup on the leaf surface. Timing is everything in gardening, and this rule applies strictly to cinnamon water. There are specific times when you should absolutely avoid using this treatment. Do not use cinnamon water during the peak of summer if your plant is kept in direct, scorching sunlight. The combination of heat and the slight acidity of the tannins can stress the plant. Also, avoid using it during the winter dormancy period if your aloe is kept in a cool environment. During winter, aloe vera's metabolic processes slow down significantly. It is not actively growing, and its roots are not absorbing nutrients efficiently. Adding anything other than minimal plain water during this time can lead to accumulation of salts and compounds in the soil, which can burn the dormant roots. Furthermore, do not use cinnamon water if your plant is currently suffering from severe dehydration or shock. If the leaves are shriveled and thin, the plant needs plain water first to rehydrate its tissues. Introducing active compounds like cinnamaldehyde to a severely stressed plant can be too much for it to handle. Wait until the plant has recovered its plumpness with regular watering before introducing treatments. The ideal time to use cinnamon water is during the active growing season, which is typically spring and early summer. This is when the aloe is producing new leaves and expanding its root system. The best condition for application is on a cloudy day or in the early morning. This allows the soil to absorb the moisture without rapid evaporation, and it gives the plant time to process the compounds before the heat of the day sets in. Ensure the room temperature is moderate, between 65 and 75 degrees Fahrenheit, 18 to 24 Celsius. As for frequency, less is more. Do not treat your aloe vera with cinnamon water every time you water it. This is a treatment, not a daily drink. Apply the diluted cinnamon water once every 4 to 6 weeks during the growing season. This interval is sufficient to maintain the antifungal barrier in the soil without disrupting the beneficial microbiome or causing mineral buildup. If you are using it specifically to treat a minor root issue or after repotting, you can apply it once immediately after repotting, and then wait at least 8 weeks before the next application. Consistency with long intervals is far better than frequent heavy dosing. So you have applied the cinnamon water. Now you wait. Gardening is a lesson in patience, and the results of this treatment are not overnight miracles. However, if you have followed the steps correctly, you will start to notice changes within a specific timeline. Typically, it takes about 7 to 10 days to see the first subtle signs of improvement. You might not see new growth yet, but you may notice that the soil smells fresher, lacking that musty, damp odor that often precedes root rot. The surface of the soil may appear cleaner, with less visible mold or white fungal growth. By the 3rd week, the real visual changes begin. If your aloe had any slight yellowing or softness at the base due to minor fungal pressure, you should see those areas firming up. The leaves may start to regain their vibrant green hue, losing any dullness or grayish tint. The plant will look more alert. The leaves should feel firm to the touch, indicating that the roots are healthy and efficiently taking up water. Over the course of 2 to 3 months, with consistent seasonal application, you will notice robust new growth. New pups or baby plants may emerge from the base of the mother plant more readily, as the healthy root system supports reproduction. The existing leaves will become thicker and more succulent, filled with gel. The overall stature of the plant will improve, standing upright with confidence, rather than leaning or sprawling. Remember, these results assume that the plant is also receiving adequate light and proper drainage. Cinnamon water is a booster, not a replacement for good basic care. But when combined with proper light and watering habits, the difference in vitality is unmistakable. Your aloe will not just survive, it will thrive, showcasing the resilience that this ancient plant is famous for. We have covered the chemistry, the biology, the risks, and the rewards. You now hold the knowledge to turn a simple kitchen spice into a powerful tool for your garden. It is amazing how nature provides solutions right under our noses if only we know how to look. Using cinnamon water for your aloe vera is a testament to working with nature, not against it. It is gentle, effective, and sustainable. I hope this guide gives you the confidence to try this method with your own plants. Gardening is all about experimentation and observation. So keep an eye on your aloe and enjoy the process. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. And if you haven't already, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a tip on how to keep your green friends happy and healthy. Drop a comment below and let me know if you have tried using cinnamon in your garden before, or if you have other natural remedies you swear by. I read every comment and love hearing from you. Thanks for watching and happy growing.